See, there are some distressed properties over here. You got downtown right over here. Stadium's right there. Working on the other building.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool.
You should start with kitchen.
Yeah, we'll start right here.
Alrighty. So far, we tested all the fixtures, ran water, tested all the appliances. Some don't work. For example, the dishwasher, the control panel lights up, but when I hit start, nothing happened. So it doesn't function. And then as far as the stoves, we tested the broil and the bake elements for both. Both function fine. The only thing, this lower oven and that oven, the lights, the bulbs inside are burnt out,
Got
so
it.
they don't work. Let's see what else is it. That's it. Just some superficial damage to the cabinets, loose hardware, some common stains under the cabinets, usually from product stains. Stuff
Okay,
like that.
yeah.
But there were no leaks. Tested the seals around the sinks. Everything was fine. This light fixture, the cover's damaged. And then also you have some cosmetic damage to the tiles, just some chips in some areas. 2 in here and 1 chip in the hallway.
All right.
All right, let's go this way. Nothing here, just common stuff like improved insulation around the door. You can see the
Oh yeah.
visible light at the top. That's it in here. Then we go into we call this the living room. So it seems like they had gas on the premises. So this fireplace, the inside, there's some gaps that need to be sealed. So when you do use the fireplace, all that gas goes to the exterior instead
Right.
of seeping into the home.
Got it.
The damper's fine, it functioned, and that was it in here.
Real quick, that you mentioned gas. I didn't put it in the report because there is no gas on property, but outside what we call Unit A,
Yeah.
or Unit 1, this would be System B or Unit B. Anyways, there is a gas meter outside there, but it's not connected and it's all shut off. So maybe,
At one point there was before they killed it.
And maybe in the future, if someone wanted to run gas, they could probably get it re-hooked up and
Got it.
run some gas piping.
Got it.
Everything else in here was fine. Just a common repair. Can't tell exactly what the repair was. Right above this room, there's no source of water, but there are pipes running through the wall. So, but
Got
that
it.
repair just.
Yeah, you can see the drywall repair work.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can see the. Yep.
Oh, this closet door is damaged. Right at the lower section.
Okay. Yep.
So it just needs to be replaced. Exterior door, same as the other door, weather stripped, and you can see visible light at the bottom. Let's do.
We'll finish downstairs. I did real quick. I did HVAC and water heaters. Downstairs, you have 2 units in here. We called it System 1 over in Unit A.
Okay.
System 2 for
2,
downstairs
okay.
and System 3 for upstairs.
Got it.
So the downstairs system, it's a split system, all electric, again, no gas. Your air handler and your condenser, they're both 2022. So it's a new
Oh, brand
system
new, okay.
downstairs. What we test is the temperatures coming in the air filter, which
Yeah.
there isn't one here. It's
Oh.
just not installed. Also, you could sometimes install them in here, but I did look up from underneath, and it's not installed. Usually they would put it right here.
Right.
Anyways, there's not one installed. There's not one installed in System 1. The upstairs in System 3 is fairly dirtier.
Got it.
But anyways, we test the air temperature going in versus coming out. And we
Okay.
look for 18 to 22 degree colder temperatures. This is the only unit that wasn't meeting it. It was about 5 degrees. It was
Low?
about
16?
12, 13 degrees
Oh, interesting.
differential. And it's a brand new unit, so
Maybe it's under warranty to
Yeah,
get.
it could just be need a little bit of service. Maybe something's dirty. You know, sometimes they get dirty, especially with no air filter. So you just want to have some service, even though it's new.
Got it.
Refrigerant line right here. This insulation should go all the way to the end because it's going to condensate right here and start to drip eventually.
Yeah.
Same thing on the outside. Some areas you want to redo the insulation. A little bit of water standing underneath the air handler.
Okay.
Normal, probably even old from a previous unit.
Got it.
And then the water heater. This is 2021, 50-gallon tank. Everything looked good. There is a catch pan. There's no drain line, so if it does leak, it's still going to leak into this area.
Right.
But you can put down sensors.
Other ways of catching it.
You have an older style shut-off valve. We just kind of point those out. So when you do need to shut off the water, sometimes they break, don't work right. You could buy replacement parts for that at Home Depot if it ever is leaking. And then this is your temperature pressure relief valve. It's going down into this plastic piping.
Oh.
It shouldn't go into that. It should just exit 6 inches or less from the ground or from wherever it's installed. It's not supposed to be supplied into.
And it looks like they got that glued.
Yeah, and it just kind of goes down to a little pump underneath.
Got it.
And so technically that's just not how it should be installed.
Right. Okay.
There are a few items in this bathroom. And same deal with this door as all the exterior doors.
Oh, yeah, you
visible
can see
light.
the
You can see
light.
this one more. Right, so this toilet is loose at the base, so the brass fittings just need to be tightened.
Okay.
And then the sink, the countertop needs to be caulked,
Oh, okay.
grouted. And then there's just surface chips to the sink itself. Then in here, same deal, chips on the tub.
Okay.
We tested the tub, filled it up to test the overflow. Everything functioned fine. The diverter
Okay.
functioned fine. And then there's some separation grout along the walls that needs to be resealed.
All right.
And this door is damaged as well,
Oh,
right here and
Oh,
at the
yeah.
bottom.
got it.
And then-
Walk to the corner.
What's that?
Walk to the corner.
Oh wow, downward slope and it. Yeah, structurally not sound. This is.
Makes your heart sink a little bit when you step on that.
Yeah.
And then look, expansive caulking, probably been recaulked.
Multiple times.
Got a leak, gap, and then crack there, no crack down there. I think you're getting,
Yeah, it's pulling up away from it.
yeah. And then, I mean, that absolutely shouldn't be on the ground.
Yeah.
Electric heater.
That's an electric heater.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's not safe.
But, I mean, in the grand scheme of things.
Right. This whole structure is not safe.
Like that step right there makes my heart drop a little bit.
Yeah. Especially if somebody were to make this a living space.
Yeah.
And the heater works though. I could just feel that as I walk by.
Similar.
Oh wow.
Right there. Heavy coated. And again, a
And this
small-
is a bedroom.
This is all the original structure. That was the addition.
Yeah.
So it's a little more solid.
One of the ballasts is missing.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
it would be less than 4 inches, which it needs to be. This handrail is a little loose. This needs to be resecured. It's looser at the top.
Oh yeah.
So this door drags on the
The
ground.
tile, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of ground is
There's no
missing
gap.
from the tiles. This closet door is missing for the bathroom.
Okay.
Then this tub, so the overflow is sealed completely shut.
Oh, so it's not even functional.
Yeah. The surface is damaged a little bit, and there's some chips to the tub.
The grout needs to be recocked.
Yep. These handles are broken.
Just loosely sitting.
Yeah, they go past the internal stop. And the diverter pit is inadequate. There's still a bunch of water coming out of the tub spigot when it's in shower mode. So it's usually just
Yeah.
a diverter pit issue. Just swap that out and everything should be fine. That's in here. We did the same thing, filled all the tubs, all the fixtures.
Okay.
Same with all the sinks. This sink, it's extremely loose, this faucet.
Oh yeah.
Everything else functioned fine though. No stains. Oh, actually, no. Some common stains under here. Looks like there might have been a leak before.
At one point.
Yeah, they repaired it because it didn't leak today.
Okay.
So that's it. Then let's venture into the bedrooms. So just really nothing here. Another, looks like they patched a window. Maybe there was a wall unit,
Yeah.
AC wall unit. And then I'll let Andrew take over for this section.
Okay. In here, I did some of the HVAC items. You do see some termite damage along here. And this is what's called drywall termites, so it's not the subterranean termites. Brian, the termite guy, was here. We were talking about. He said the best thing to do is either just replace all the wood, or you can fill it with foam. But
Got it.
usually you just get rid of it and redo it. You don't have in this kind of this is this the primary bedroom, right? And then bedroom two.
I called it bedroom 1 because there's no
Okay,
bathroom.
sounds good. So bedroom 1, bedroom 2. There's no air conditioning space in these parts of it. This is the addition that we're standing in. So you have vents, but there's nothing coming out of them.
Right. Not functional.
Yeah, so it might run quite a while, or eventually, if maybe the thermostat in the hallway shuts off, it's going to be a lot hotter in these rooms because
Got
they're
it.
trying to fill up more space. And then you have
dissipates
these
by the time it gets
yeah,
there.
you have some wall heaters. They both function, turned on heating. They're just not connected, but we're pretty much just pumping out some heat.
Got it.
And
Yeah.
then you can see we'll see this outside as well, but you see how it's kind of pulling away from the structure.
Yeah.
And when we get outside, we'll look a little bit more at this structure and just kind of the support and things like that.
Okay.
Anything else in here?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing.
Is that even functional? That switch?
So there's a swamp cooler up here. We do not test swamp coolers. We just kind of
Got
up
it.
there because sometimes they're functional, sometimes they're not. Sometimes the water's not turned on. If we turn it on, it's going to leak
Health
everywhere.
hazards and-
So we don't.
Yeah.
Most people don't use them anymore. You know what? These are probably the swamp cooler. It's
Got
probably
it.
a
That's
swamp
why I was
cooler.
asking if that's,
Yeah, that's
one
right.
of the. Okay.
So you do probably have a swamp cooler over here, but whether or not it's functional, we leave that up to the seller
Okay.
to kind of test and show that it's working.
Got it. Okay.
That light bulb doesn't function. Doesn't illuminate.
Okay. Needs to be replaced.
Yeah. And then that was it. Just double check.
And
Yep.
similar with the support structure in that room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see it pulling away here.
Ooh, it's toasty in here.
Yeah.
So the caulking. See, it's pouring away.
And that's it for the second floor.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Cool.
All right.
it slopes down really hard. There's termite damage there. These are undersized, probably. This joist butts up against this. It's only sitting on this post 2 inches. It's not overlapping enough.
Oh wow, that's not even structurally supporting anything.
Same thing over here. Although I can't see it, but I think this post is actually sitting on this ledger board and not going across on this as well. And
No. I hate Siri. Sorry. Yep. That crack, that doesn't even look like it's...
gap there, but if you go in the rooms and turn around and look up at it,
Yeah.
it's at the top and at the side. There's gapping on it too.
Oh, wow.
Technically it could be settling, but I think it was a carport that had a living structure put on it. And I mean, if you look down here, I dug down quite a bit. I didn't find any concrete. It seems like the support poles are directly into the ground, so they're going to sink over time.
Oh geez.
And
got
then
it.
this is now a foundation. It was never meant to be a foundation, so it may not
Got
be
it.
thick enough.
Structurally to support it.
Crack there. Termite damage. Termite damage. Termite damage here. Wrong screws. Just a strap, random strap. This looks like it got a little bow on it from all the weight, and then they put a funky ledger board back behind it.
So like handyman work, not structurally. I just meant from a standpoint, if they put something here and here temporarily to take this off. Jeez, that's just rusting. It's not even structurally tied in.
It's just a post in the ground. It's not right. This is all termite.
Oh yeah, and it's termite damage too.
Right here, here's your main electrical meter for this side of the home, or for this home. You have your 2 switches right here. Pull this down, all the electricity is off. It looks like it's 200 amps. Everything's fairly labeled. You have a lot of different brands of breakers, and so we do point that out. Same with the other panel, has 1 different brand of breaker in
Got
it.
it.
And so, but inside, didn't really, there's nothing really to call out or mention. Underneath, you do have an open knockout. It would be an area where you put conduit into, but instead, like maybe they previously had some, or just popped it out and it never
Got it.
ended up using it. You can see here, I didn't take a picture of this area, but there's
Yeah,
birds in this
quite a bit.
area. Yeah, I did take a picture up on the roof, and that's, we just take one picture saying we have some bird issues.
Definitely some sort of pigeon or bird issue.
Starting on this edition, I just put one big comment. It says, you know,
Structurally not sound.
yeah, you know, the addition was probably not professionally installed. I think that's what it said. You want to have I said it's a safety hazard. Have a contractor come back out, evaluate it. Lots of different things you do see. This is now, what was a driveway is now a foundation. So it is cracked, kind of sloped this way. Both of the end posts are straight into the wood. I didn't put a million comments, I just took a lot of pictures and someone should come look at it. You see
Got it.
missing a lot of hangers in this area. There's termite damage all throughout this piece of wood. Go ahead, Sean.
Go ahead.
You were pointing down like,
Oh, you can see, if you're standing here, you can see it's sloping
oh yeah.
down
There
there.
you go. You see some slope there.
From the left half to the right half. It looks a little more flush on the right half.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's definitely
some more termite damage in this area.
sloped.
You see this post is not really, you can move it.
Yeah.
That side doesn't have a post, so this whole thing is just attached to the home.
Not structurally supported.
Can't tell where it's attached or how well it's attached. You do see some cracking through these beams. And then when you're looking up on this side, kind of like when we were inside.
Are those stress cracks from like too much?
It's hard to know. I mean, you do see,
Yeah.
where the bolts are. It could just be the wood. It could,
Yeah.
just kind of know. It does happen like that over time.
Yeah.
But then you do see the caulking on the siding, how, again, it looks like it's pulling away a little bit in that area. And just the span it's a pretty wide span without any support down the middle of it.
Right. Roughly 12 feet with no support.
Moving to this side of the home, this is a metal roof. I didn't really comment on it. Metal roofs they just last forever, and I can't really walk on it anyways. I did comment that it's not supported. It's not connected. These
Yeah.
can just be kicked out by some
Right.
kids
And then
screwing around.
fold and
So just want to keep an eye on those. We'll continue this way. You have a vent here. That's not your dryer vent. Maybe it was an old dryer vent, or that might be the kitchen exhaust vent. I'll show you where the dryer vent is over on this side of the home. Water is working fine there. Condenser, it's a 2022 condenser like I had mentioned. Again, just some insulation around the refrigerant line right here. And then, I mean, you can just look at that piece of wood
yeah, it's
right here.
bowed.
Yeah.
That is bowed.
This is your dryer ventilation.
Here's your pigeon.
You have your washer and dryer closet right in here, but they don't have a washer and dryer. And so it's perfectly clean.
Okay.
Yep. And just
So this is the laundry
yeah,
closet?
here's the bathroom, hallway, and then the hallway up to upstairs.
Got it.
Yep.
Got it.
So
Okay.
it's like kind of right underneath the staircase.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And they don't have one?
They don't have a washer and dryer. Correct.
Oh, okay.
Oops.
And there's hookups for one?
There is hookups. Yep, water and
Okay.
electrical in there. The siding is touching the ground, and so you're just going to get wood damage, especially in this area. You might
Yeah.
even have termite damage because there's soil. Right here, you don't have any soil; it's concrete. But when water pools here, it could eventually.
Right, it's going to
create-
soak up.
Exactly. This electrical outlet was testing fine, but this one on the other one on the side, the GFCIs just won't reset. They're tripped, and I can't get them to turn back on.
Got it.
And then if we come out and look at this overhang from here, you see it's slanted to the right.
Oh, yeah. It's not level.
Right here is your main water shut off for this unit.
Got it.
So it's probably shared utilities because I only saw one water meter.
Yeah.
And then it's plumbed to both houses, so I'm guessing it's included or something like that. But it's coming up through here. This is a gate valve. We don't test these types because again, these are prone to breaking, kind of like the older
Yeah,
shut-off valve in the laundry
liability.
room. Did test the water pressure on both. It's coming in at 80, which it
Okay.
should be the same on both. So I
Right.
only took one picture. And then it is leaking right here. You can even feel that this pipe, this
Oh, yeah, I
copper
can see
pipe
the
is
water.
kinked right here for some reason. And it
Yeah.
kind of came, you can see my fingers are wet.
Calcium is preventing the constant drip, but
Yeah. And then again, just some more. Well, no, this is pretty good, but just grading and drainage. Everything's either even or maybe even a little bit of a slope towards the home.
Yeah.
And you obviously want water to run away from the home when it rains really heavily.
right. This copper line, where does this go to?
It goes underground somewhere, and then goes right back here on this side, and then right out there in this concrete cement is the water meter.
Got it.
So it comes, probably this way somewhere, and then somewhere through here it splits into two.
Got it.
Yeah.
That little line that's going.
Which one? Oh, this little, that's your evaporative cooler.
Oh, that's to the. Okay.
Yeah, that goes up into the evaporative.
And
you
there's
can-
a bird's nest.
Yeah,
right up
bird's
there.
nest right there, underneath the air conditioner up there. So
Yeah.
lots of bird poop. That air conditioner is a 2007 package unit.
Yeah.
That one did have good splits. A little bit of rusty on the top.
Okay.
And then this package unit was a 2000. I was gonna say 2003 or 2005. You'll see a zoomed in picture. I can't tell if it's a 5 or a 3.
Got it.
But it's
yeah.
just
It's old.
yeah, it's older. So there's some comments saying usually 15 to 20 years is an average life cycle for units. So anytime
Yeah.
they're over 10, we just
We
mark
call
it
it
when
out.
it's age. Keep your eye out. There's not a lot of dog poop out here. There's a little, and then you're not going to notice it. So
Right.
just kind of keep your eye out.
Got it.
We'll start on this side at home, and then again make our way over to the front. So you have Some of this is concrete block with stucco over it.
Yeah.
Some is wood with this is probably wood. Some is wood with stucco over it.
Okay.
Concrete block, it's not such a big deal to stucco all the way to the ground because you have a stem wall, and then you
Right.
can even see right there where it's the bricks coming.
Yep.
This was originally brick, so you have some stucco damage. But over here, there's no weep screed on the wood, and so that's going to create areas again for moisture to wick
Moisture
up
to
into
get
the
in.
home because you don't have a stem wall that's visible or any weep screed.
Yeah. What's that orange stuff that's peeping out
That's
over there?
just a foam. They just sealed up some side,
Got it.
some sides of foam. This is the only area I saw any galvanized supply plumbing. It's old, not in use.
Looks like it's
I doubt
disconnected
there's
too.
any in the
Yeah.
house. I didn't see any in the house.
Okay.
But I did mention remaining galvanized supply plumbing.
Got it. Tripping hazard for kids. And
There you
stuff.
go. Some damage to the stucco, some repair work.
Oh, yeah.
And right here would be soil siding contact. Yeah, some trim damage here. It looks like from the dog. The exterior doors have maybe the dog, or I don't know who else would be doing this. Some
Yeah.
big scratch marks. But it's a couple of the doors have some of this too.
Okay.
And then just a few areas where you have trees on the home. You want to get them off so they don't scrape the roof, and also
Right.
so roof rats and other animals can't
Climb.
get up there. Some open
Yeah, sure.
penetrations right here. Here would be one. I believe down there by that galvanized pipe is another penetration. Here's the main water shut off to this home. I shut it off, made sure the water ran out, that it turned off, that worked well. And no leaks in this area. If we stand back here, you can see as well how it's not
Yeah, that's not level.
not level here.
Slope.
Since we're out here talking about the roofs, real quick, that AC, the drain line is just not connected, or so you want to have that redone, put a P-trap in it, and then get it off, condensation off the roof. You can see it dripping down. A couple of the fins are damaged up there.
Talking about that little white line right
Yeah. And then the shingle roof here, we put our roofs in 3 phases, first, second, third phase. Generally 20, 25 years is a shingle roof material. If you
Yeah.
want to stay in the shade, we can stay in the shade.
Oh, that's fine.
And both of those look really good. The flat roof here, and you have a flat roof on the front side of the
Yeah.
home. It's 5 to 15 year material. I put them in third phase, so it's maybe about 10 years old or so. If it's not 10 years old, it looks like it's just some granule loss and some deterioration.
I can see in that corner over there. The granule loss.
Oh, yeah. And there's just some closer up pictures. You see some cast iron drain plumbing coming up through here. So you do probably have some cast iron somewhere in this home. And then you have ABS that
Okay.
I saw in the attic in this home. We'll talk about the attic once we get inside. But one area of some nail pops on this roof. You just want a little rid of roof cement on them. The front side of the home, you have some debris buildup. Also, you have your stucco parapet walls on that flat roof up front.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stucco's coming off. You could see the foam underneath and the chicken wire. You want to have those redone 'cause, again, you don't want water coming into the home there. All right.
All right.
In this shed is your water heater. There's a comment that says limited access, and we take videos of everything, but you can't get to the water heater. But I can see it fairly well. I believe it's 2021 or 2020. This water heater's 2020. Again, no drain pan
On the newer
here.
side, yeah.
Yeah, the water heaters were both newer.
Wow.
Besides no drain pan, that's really all I mentioned. You have some water staining up here in this closet. And then this light bulb, you just don't have any conduit around the Romex cable. Just to the right of it. There you go. I got you. Oh yeah, you got the little buttons and stuff. It just kind of goes down to this light switch.
Got it.
Here. This is your dryer vent here. Again, looks fine. Didn't really have any issues with it. Looks fairly clean.
Yeah.
Your service mast out here, I didn't mention when I was out here, but you see the tree behind it?
Yeah.
Your electrical service does go through the tree there.
Got it. Okay.
So I would just kind of, it's your neighbor's tree, but it'd be best to keep it trimmed away from
Yeah.
it. You don't want the branches to go too heavy and be able to pull it or push it.
air rights allows you to cut it. So
Here is that gas meter I was mentioning right here.
okay,
Just in the off position right now.
got it. Completely shut off. Good.
You have a little bit of a gap through the siding here where they meet. This should have a drip. It's called a drip loop because you want to avoid water running into the connections, but the way it's set up, it looks like water would fairly easily drip down the lines into it. So you'd want to have that redone so it drips the water out of it.
Right.
And then in here, 200 amps. Again, here's the main shut off. Pulled the panel off. One thing I mentioned is this, it's not labeled. Many brands of breakers, this is a different breaker, but this 40 amp breaker here is oversized for the wiring. The wiring is a 10 gauge wiring, so it should have a 30 amp breaker here. It could burn out the wires, they could get burnt and things like that.
Got it.
And so it would be better just to lower that to a 30 amp.
Got it. Okay.
This spigot works fine. A little bit of moisture damage kind of in the corners where these wood posts kind of go up into the drywall, and then the bottom of the post don't have any support. And a little bit of wood
Water damage
rod
too,
damage, exactly. This gate open and shut fine. No issues with that. Here's the main water meter. I didn't see any water passing through the meter, which is what you want. Everything looks good there. Some more trees up here. Here you see some repair work around the parapet wall here. On the side of the home, there's a little bit of a patch, some repair. And then along the top is where I was talking about where it kind of needs to be redone in some areas. And then just along this wall and that wall where the shingles meet,
Yeah.
you best have had some flashing there. Right now it's just got a lot of caulking.
Yeah.
When they redid it, it would have been nice if they had put some flashing to kind of keep the water off of this stuff.
Right. Okay.
But as long as it's caulked, but you might have to check it every
You
once
just
in a
might
while.
have to
Some concrete
routinely.
backing. Yeah, exactly. Ready for inside? The back door is open.
Okay.
We just kept the front door locked.
Okay.
You got it? Cracking through the driveway as well.
I'll start here. So missing closet door. Again. That was it.
Is that a space?
Yeah, it's just a space heater, portable.
Okay.
The dryer vent
Oh,
is
yeah, it's not-
a little damaged. Slightly.
Doesn't even look like it's connected.
So the dishwasher wasn't tested; it was unplugged, so we didn't plug them in if they're unplugged, so I can test it. There's no high drain loop for the dishwasher, so once it's reconnected and everything, just make sure there's one.
Got it.
Let's see.
Is that door connected even properly?
Which
That one.
this door, the hinge is loose.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, these cabinets are fine. Let's see, anything else in here? Refrigerator was tested. Correct cooling temperatures for the refrigerator, 40 degrees. I think it was -5 for the freezing
Okay.
side, so that was fine. Let's see. In this bathroom, so you have a missing drain stopper for the sink and the tub. Everything else was ran in here and everything else was fine, totally secured to the
Okay.
floor. So as far as your AC register, some of them are loose, like this
Yeah.
one, that one in the family room. Just go in here. And that's a missing flooring, damaged
Oh, yeah.
flooring. And the floor is not leveled, and there's some soft
Yeah,
spots.
I can tell that by how I'm walking.
Yeah. So this shower enclosure leaks right around here. And then there's some gaps around the shower stall that need to be sealed.
Oh yeah.
It's sealed on this side, just not that side. And then also inside the base surface, there's cracking. So there's a crack that runs all the way along here to the drain. And there's one right here. So I ran a block test, filled it up with water to see if any water leaked out. So the water didn't stay in the tub. So I can't tell if I didn't have a good seal or it's the cracking around it.
Got it. Okay.
All right. But everything else in here functions properly. There's some damaged drywall throughout.
We got that covered, huh?
Yeah, that register is covered.
Why would they do that?
Everything else in here was fine. And then there's just this drain stopper didn't work. So
Okay.
this thing didn't hold water. And then the gaps around the caulking just needs to be re-caulked around the countertop. Some light bulbs
Burnt
didn't
bulbs,
illuminate, so
yeah.
might just need to change some light bulbs. Let's see. Is there anything else? And this ceiling fan didn't function.
Okay.
And that's it.
Like taking things apart.
Yeah.
Tinkering.
And then there's also
The vent.
the filters. They don't have any filters.
Oh, okay.
Filters don't have any filters.
Got it. All right.
So this way. So this is the front exterior door.
Oh,
Same
that's the
deal,
door
the
that had the-
stripping at the bottom.
Yep.
This thing. Here. So this door,
Grabs.
the hinge is loose.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it drags. And then this closet door, the same deal.
Got it. Oh, you can see that right there.
Yeah. And then one more, the bedroom next door. I couldn't test the closet because there's a television and a washer stubber.
Yeah. Just showing the baseboard damage.
Yeah.
And obviously the dog's chewing.
Yeah, right in the front to the right. Yep. And then this closet I couldn't test because of this.
Got it. Because of the setup.
Yep. I think this is the window. So let me show you this. So these windows have like 3.
Yeah.
Right. So the inner and the outer work fine.
Right.
This one
Oops, sorry.
is just difficult to move.
Got it. It's stuck.
Yeah. And then there's one more window where the inner one doesn't stay up. And I'll
Got
show
it.
you that one.
All right. Yeah, I like these little strip lights.
So this doesn't stay up.
Oh, okay. So the balance is gone on that one.
Yeah, they removed it. It's right here.
Oh shoot. Okay. Yep.
So that is it in here.
The attics, within the attic here, you have about 4 to 6 inches of kind of fiberglass insulation throughout. There's some batt insulation up there. A couple areas where it's just kind of sparse, you know, especially around the scuttle hole, it's missing a little. Other areas, it looks pretty fine throughout.
Okay.
You know, you have some water staining in here, same thing in the other attic access,
Got
a little
it.
bit of water staining, which is fairly normal in an older home.
Right.
But the roofs look good. You know, just any little penetrations like those nail pops and different areas
Yeah.
you would just want to seal up. A lot of additional support has been added. Not a lot, but some.
Yeah.
Maybe I took one picture where you see a broken brace, kind of like their
Okay.
vertical braces, but then they have another one right next to it. So you see some newer wood
Got
up
it.
there, a couple different areas like that, and then that was pretty much it. Nothing crazy in this
Yeah.
access. The other one, about 10 to 11 inches of blown-in fiberglass insulation. A little hotter in there because they only have these side vents. So I said limited vents. It's a little bit hotter
Right.
in the attic, which really it just. Well, you have a lot of insulation, so you might not have that much energy loss in the home, but it will eat up your shingles a little bit faster because the heat
Right. From the bottom
radiating
side of it.
From the bottom side, exactly. And then a little bit of water standing up there as well.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it with the attics. This, I think we talked about this AC already as well.
Older, 2003-ish.
3 or 5.
5. Yeah.
And then anything else? Is that pretty much it as well?
That's it.
Cool.
All right. Bingo. Well, thank you guys.
You're welcome.
It's MacGyvering.
Yeah, MacGyver at its best. They cut a notch out so they could have this extension cord that goes to what?
A freezer.
Plug freezer. So they have it plugged into the kitchen. There's no other outlets in this entire room that they could have plugged it into.
Can't get them.
That's what I'm saying. It just doesn't make. Oh, there's one right here. So instead of plugging it in here,
Where's this go?
they have it plugged all the way around into the kitchen.
No. Well, that's because
They cut a notch out.
GFI outlet. GFI outlet.
Oh. There you go. This is, yep, from the inspector.
Yeah. So it's safe.
It's safer.
Maybe something like that could be super cool.
Yeah. Walking distance. I mean, I'm gonna do a quick little walk around. I mean, to me, you'd want to rebuild like that. That's like a brand new structure. Buy something like this, demolish it, and then rebuild. Tear down, tear down, tear down. Just a quick perspective. That's the Tonto house right down there that we originally put an offer in on. Let's see, this whole area. There's some homes that genuinely just need to get demolished. Others that already haven't been rebuilt, like that one. But it's literally walking distance to like the basketball stadium, baseball stadium. Like, I can't believe that's still standing. Same area, you can see.